everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout using the April Scraptastic kit. This is the 16th layout using this kit. It took me an hour and 9 minutes to complete and I'm down to my scraps. So I just basically pulled all the scraps that were sort of in the, well, it's basically all the scraps, but then the ones that I'm going to end up using are going to be all the ones that are kind of in the same tone. And so a lot of blues, pinks. I'm going to bring in some black for some contrast and some craft. Just a multicolored page. Okay, sorry, my voice sounds really raspy, so I just had to get a drink. So I'm using my speech bubble template from Crafter's Workshop, and it is a 12 by 12 template. And what I'm doing is I'm going in order and then I'm putting a little number in the speech bubble so that I remember sort of the way, that it's supposed to lay out. And then I can kind of see, well, I don't want to put those two colors together because they're going to kind of clash. And then I'm going to screw up on a couple of them because when I go to cut them out, I totally cut off that little speech bubble part. The little part that hangs down to make it a speech bubble. So then I have to go and retrace some more. And so no, there's no really rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to use as much as possible of these leftover pattern papers. And when I do my Kill a Kit video, basically all I'm going to have to show as far as pattern paper is one full sheet of pattern paper. And it's because by the time I do, there's two more layouts that I'm going to do. So by the time I got those two layouts done, literally it was like nothing left. And this was the first layout that I created at the weekend away that I went to. And I'm happy to see that the video doesn't look that much different. My husband went to Costco and got me a second, it's not a light, but it's an LED light, so it provides a lot of light. And so I had two lights at this crop. In some of the, once the picture's on the page, you're going to kind of see a yellow tone right in the middle of the layout, and it's because I had an overlight on the ceiling right above me, and it was I couldn't get it to go away. But anyway, I still had lots of lighting and stuff, so that was good. Plus, this was the first time that I used my Hitachi camcorder that is our home camcorder, and I finally figured it out how to use it with my Mac. I had to download some software or buy some software, and it seems to be working really good. So I'm still fussing with the lighting with that and stuff, but I think it's getting there. And I can record so much longer with that video camera. So between the two video cameras now, I got lots of airtime. And so it takes a few minutes to get the speech bubble cut out. What I did was I did the speed times 8 because it would have been a forever and long video if I wouldn't have done that. Just the cutting out part took 40, drawing it out, cutting it out, and erasing it was 40 minutes. So it would have been a boring, tedious, long video. So once I have everything cut out, I just take my eraser. It's a white eraser from Stedler, and I just erase everything. Now I made a boo-boo and erased some of the numbers before I had, was supposed to, but I quickly realized I only erased maybe one or two of the numbers before I realized, I shouldn't be doing that. I need those. So I just have a piece of grid paper on my surface, just because now I'm going to use some black, I think it's called blackboard ink from Hero Arts, and I'm going to edge all the sides of the speech bubbles in black. And again, I'm going to do my whole layout on a white background, and I just wanted all the edges to be outlined in black. So then the battery died, and then I decided, well, what I'm going to do, I've wasted, so much time on video right now. I just took the template, put it back, and I just put the speech bubbles where they needed to be, and I glued them down while I was waiting, for the camera to charge up again. And this is using my newer camera, and there you can see that yellow dot in the middle of the photo there, and that's from the overhead lighting. So once I had all the speech bubbles down, I didn't want to add too much to kind of take away from from the layout, and because those speech bubbles did take me quite a bit of time to get done. So I'm just using a couple of or 3 cards from Project Life, one in a sort of a teal and blue, one that's sort of wood plank, and the other one's in black. And it's just to create some places for me to build my elements on, or my embellishment cluster on. And then I start grabbing stuff out from, my kit, and there's little tickets that came from a pattern paper that I cut apart, so I'm still using some of those. There was a little stick out there, or in the kit, that said Adventures Out There, and there was a camera that I cut out from a Project Life card. The words "What Up" are those chipboard stickers that came in a kit, and again, I just did the Hero Arts in white, dried them, put the Tide Pool Blue Hero Arts dauber, dried them, and then embossed them with white embossing powder. And then I took some of my enamel dots that I made myself using perler beads, and I love them. They're so perfectly round, and they're just perfect. And they're nice and big, so I took some in black and in white. And then now I'm just, again, going through my, my kit stash, I guess, and try to figure out what else I can add to this layout. Now, to put down those enamel dots, I'm using my quick grip from, I don't even know who makes that. I've said it so many times and I keep forgetting. It's just called Quick Grip, and I bought it at Michael's, and so I used a coupon, and it'll glue down anything, metal, plastics, and it doesn't move. You just have to be careful, because when you open it, it kind of oozes and it can make a mess. So at the top of the speech bubble, again, I just used some of the stickers all that was left was the outline, and I cut them in half and put them in a few places. There's little flags. And another thing I decided to do was, on this layout, is just put all his little nicknames that I have for him. So on the top right, I'm going to put Mason Jar there, and I'm going to use the letters that came in the kit. But before I do that, I want to outline each speech bubble. But instead of outlining on the speech bubble, what I decided to do was outline on the outside of the speech bubble on the white paper. And I really liked the look that it gave the layout. So that's going to take me a few minutes to do. And like I said, I just put his nicknames on the page. So on the top, I'm going to put Mason Jar, and then little M, baby M, and then MJ. So those are all, some of his nicknames. I have a ton of nicknames for him, but that's all the nicknames that are related to his name. And so I just want to put that on the layout. So, and I'm going to do a bit of journaling, and I'm going to do it directly on one of the Project Life cards, the one that has sort of the wood grain, because it's a nice light gray. So I'll be able to journal, and he'll be able to read. And I might write a few little things, because there is a few speech bubbles that are just sort of plain colors. So I might jot down little things in each speech bubble too. And usually what I do is, very rarely will you see me doing journaling while I'm scrapping. journaling is not natural to me, I guess you could say. Writing is not natural to me. It's not something that I enjoy. So I really have to sit down and think about it and think about what I want to say. And I like to put it on a piece of scratch paper first and then play with it and then, then write down what I was going to say. And so it's not something that I want to do on camera because, it's quite lengthy. So usually what I do is once I'm done playing with a kit and I have, like this time around, I'm going to have 18 pages. I'm going to sit down on my bed one afternoon and I start with one layout and I just go through them. And I find that when I'm in that mode, in the journaling mode, it comes to me like the first layout, it's hard for me to get the words out and what I want to say and how I want to say it. But by the time I won't do all 18 layouts at one time because again, it's not my favorite thing to do, but I might do half. So by the time I get to my 9th layout, it comes more naturally to me and it flows out a little better. So for me, that's what seems to work better. Plus, a lot of these layouts, like if you go back to some of the pages that I did, it's almost like little letters that I want to leave to my kids and my grandchild. And, talking about life's obstacles, life's expectations, life's this, life's that. So it's not something that you just want to, blurt out in a 1-hour video and you're rushing through it. It's things that I really want to think about and, the likelihood of them reading it now is probably not good. They quickly look at my pages, but I think later on in life is when that it'll be more valuable to them. So now I'm going to show you some of the close-ups of quite a few of the, little clusters. What I tried to do was add something to, not add something to each speech bubble, but as long as it was touching something that had an embellishment on it. So whether it was the photo, some layering, whatever the case may be. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.